Monsters. Bug House episode explored. Today, this video will explore Monsters, a half-hour of syndicated anthology TV series that was aired from 1988 to 1991. It included a variety of themes and techniques that, naturally, revolved around monsters of various kinds. Notably, we will focus on one of the grittier and more sexualized episodes, which has stamped a powerful image on the audience's minds to date. The Bug House episode. Gallin and Richard P. Rubinstein, the creators of the Tales from the Darkside TV series, planned to create a show that featured a news story about a different monster every week in the late 1980s, when practical effects were king. The Bug House episode will capture your imagination with its weird dynamics and character revelations. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. A story of unexpected horrors. One stormy night, a young lady drives to her father's seaside home in the middle of nowhere to check on her estranged younger sister, May, whom she hasn't seen in years, and she drives the rest of the way to learn, when she has a breakdown, that May is pregnant and is living in an old house with a strange man named Peter. She rushes inside to learn that her sister is nearly 9 months pregnant and acting very oddly. When she looks about the cottage and notices that it is falling apart and is plagued with insects, she begs her sister to leave and return home with her. Ellen feels May should go, but she refuses. Despite May's repeated attempts to persuade Ellen to leave, she remains adamant, despite the disastrous repercussions. Ellen has these visions, or hallucinations, of slimy bugs and roaches climbing down into corners of the house, on things and foods. Here, the audience gets the hint of some sort of rivalry between the two sisters. Peter, a strange character for sure, has the power to greatly influence those around him. Ellen does get a peculiar feeling about him, but she convinces herself to stay away from her sister's matters.
You really don't want me here, do you, May? I just think you'd be safer.
May is extremely cold to Ellen. Furthermore, the rivalry between the sisters provides an added emotional edge, and the unexpected tragic finale delivers a wallop. This was an actual spine-chilling episode. While the series is a lot of fun, aside from the horror FX, the narrative is a little poor most of the time. And, in fact, Ellen gets warned by May to stay away from Peter. Peter is charming, but there is something definitely off about him. He is like one of those boys in high school who everyone wants to be, but no one wants to end up with, the one who breaks hearts. Later in the movie, the content goes on to justify the title. The random hallucinations of Ellen seeing bugs were not exactly unexpected. Peter is one character that's getting the highlight. He is the character that draws attention. In the middle of the movie, we see that Ellen is being watched from places where one would never imagine or expect. Peter grabs Ellen from the back to not make a noise. He then further tries to seduce Ellen. May walks in on them, and the walls hear the havoc that has been created. May is in despair. She wants to kill her baby. She takes a long dagger and threatens to slice her tummy off and kill the child. She has been bearing the child for 9 months. Ellen tries to calm her down, as Peter walks in at that very moment. Here, we see the influence of Peter on May. Or, we can call it his mind control tricks.
Put it down.
Despite May violently resisting Ellen's repeated efforts to calm her down, May adhered to Peter's one command, in 1 second. As it has been established by now, Peter's character plays a central role in defining and structuring the plot. What's great about this episode is that, while the character's predicament appears genuine, the overall tone of the program is quite unnerving. When the younger sister eventually gives birth to the baby, the entire episode turns terrible. You, of course, find out what has really occurred. The attack has a downer finish, which you can see coming after the baby is born, but it's a good downer ending. By the end, the episode concludes by depicting slimy bugs and roaches crawling all over the cabin. Peter's true character is revealed. and his secret overpowers the existence of both the sisters. Now the question arises, how would one escape such a situation? Primarily when the instinct of survival is controlled by a half-human, half-disgusting-looking living thing. And why is her pregnant sister's tummy moving like that? The answers are unsettling, and they include some amazing gross-out effects, including various bugs and larvae. This episode will undoubtedly shock you. Why should you watch the Bug House episode? The surge in popularity of the horror genre resulted in advancements in makeup and special effects. Each episode of this show highlights these talents. Much of the design seems to go into the construction of the monsters, with simple narratives to be carried out in the half-hour format. Even though it is suitable for network transmission, the concentration on monsters affords countless stunning artwork. The sense of dread that grows throughout the movie keeps you guessing till the conclusion, which has some beautiful, slimy monster effects and makeup, the twist you may see coming. Still, it doesn't go well with the unpleasantness of it all. This one prioritizes the plot and tells a thrilling and convoluted story of a lady who is frightened when she sees her pregnant sister, who has not only moved into her father's house, but has also formed a relationship with a strange man. The age-old sibling rivalry arises, and the male appears to be interested in bedding both sisters. But what about the weird chirping and crunching sounds coming from the walls? Director Kenny Myers expertly creates a damp and unpleasant atmosphere, makes the most of the tiny and constricted claustrophobic environment, builds plenty of sexual tension, and keeps the engrossing tale going along steadily. Monsters was a charming series that deserved this episode-by-episode look back at this cute little shocker series. It's unfortunate that such a scary narrative was cut so short, but it's one of the better episodes. If you happen to see the Monsters anthology show on Chiller, and happen to see the episode Bug House is showing, tune in right away. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one, and be safe. Thanks, everyone.